Hey gorgeous, it's Brooke checking in with you this week live from the Eurostar waiting room. So I feel like I do this annual check-in with you when I'm heading to Paris, which is me today. I'm trying to think if it was almost exactly to a year that I was last heading to Paris, but anyway, I get there every year. I'm heading out this evening and I always love, it's kind of like become a ritual for me to check in with you guys. And thanks for joining me. I can see some of you hopping on live, so let me know who's with me. I'll see the comments coming through, and let me know if you're catching the replay as well. But I always love to see who's connected with me live when I am chatting with you guys. So it seems to have become a bit of a ritual for me to connect with you while I'm waiting for my train to Paris. So I thought I would check in and talk about something that seems like a really relevant conversation that's circling at the moment. I don't know if you have this conversation, or even if you don't verbalise it, is this a thought that you kind of experience from time to time, or you feel really passionately about at the moment? And that is really, the topic that I want to talk about is, do you feel like we're at a point now in the industry where it's really saturated, especially with makeup artists, and find that there are hairstylists and makeup artists coming out of the woodwork because they know how to do their own hair, or they're 15 years old and they're charging like peanuts. And I know that can be really discouraging to the skill set that we hold and how we operate, in our industry and competing for clients. It's definitely a factor if you choose for it to be, and I really wanted to draw attention to this because it seems very relevant at the moment. It feels very real to so many people, and so I just love to be the person that has these uncomfortable conversations and talks about things that people don't really want to talk about, or don't really want to acknowledge, or sometimes don't want to deal with. And the thing is, if you feel like this is something that's affecting you, I'm a true believer that, draw your attention to it, address it, and choose to do something about it. So I wanted to draw our attention to it. If this is something that has been on your mind, or a conversation that you've been having recently, then it's going to be really relevant for you. But it's definitely a conversation I hear coming up time and time again. And for me, I want to address it because I feel like we can make a massive shift past this objection and past this limitation of there's so many out there. How do I position myself? How do I compete? How do I make a name for myself? And how is it feasible for me to grow and scale my business as a hairstylist or as a makeup artist, or both? So, for me, I am a true believer. Hi gorgeous, thanks for joining me. I can see you hopping on. I am a true believer that what you focus your attention on is what you create. Okay, I'll say that again. What you focus your attention on, you create. So at the end of the day, if you are someone that feels like you are really having to overwork yourself or failing at competing against other makeup artists, they might be the amateurs, they might be the newbies, they might be the 15 or 18 year olds, or that might be you. And what I really want to focus your attention on is, when you come from a place of fear and scarcity and lack, that is exactly what you create for yourself. And I say this in the most loving way because I don't actually want this to be a limitation you put on yourself and your ability, or the ability for you to achieve in your business, or for your business to succeed, because it does not have to be your reality. And the way that you really challenge that is by choosing to have a different belief about it. This sort of thing is really difficult to actually monitor and track. There isn't really any data that allows us to see, are there actually more hairstylists and makeup artists creeping in? Or is that something we're telling ourselves? And at the end of the day, whether it is the truth or not, you get to decide whether it is your truth. And so what's really exciting about that is the opportunity to decide to believe in something else. So if you approach your business and your life and your mindset every day coming from a place of abundance, with a good attitude, not worrying about what other people are doing, not worrying about, Sally down the road setting up shop, that doesn't have to affect your business. I think it's really, really important, don't get me wrong, to be aware of your competition and to be aware of where you're placing yourself in the market and what's going on around you. But awareness is very different to fear. So what I really want to do is take you from a place of fear and lack and scarcity and encourage you to choose to be in a position of belief and ability, your ability, the ability of your business to succeed in the industry, and your ability to be successful at what you do and to continue doing the work that you love to do. And the way to do that is to really challenge that belief. Ask yourself if it's fact. Ask yourself if you have any evidence. And whether you do or you don't, choose to believe something different. And it simply sounds like this, okay? So I'm just gonna give it to you as plain as the noses on our faces. If you shift that belief and, use whatever language that you use, if your current belief is there's so many out there, so many, fill in the blank, makeup artists, hairstylists, beauty professionals, whatever it might be, there's so many out there that I'm struggling, or there's so many out there that it diminishes the value of my skill set or the value of what I do. You can continue to believe that, but it will definitely have an impact on what you manifest and what you create in your business. So you could just as easily and just as freely and just with as much freedom choose to create a different belief. So what you do is you take your attention away from that lack and that struggle, and you focus it on something more positive. And it could be something as simple as, I am abundant and clients are drawn to work with me every single day, and my ideal client is magnetised to me every single day, and there is enough for everybody, because there really, really is. And this is why I continue to mentor hairstylists and makeup artists. I'm not scared to give away all the secrets, because I know wholeheartedly that there is enough for everyone, and I know that if I focus on what I'm doing and what lights me up and stay in my own lane, it doesn't have to affect anyone else. It doesn't have to affect myself. So I really want this to continue being this space where we support one another, we encourage one another, we are cheering each other on to win in our own unique way. And so that's why I really wanted to share with you, this mindset around, is there actually lack, or is it something you're choosing to tell yourself? And whether you have evidence or not, choose to believe something different, because whatever you focus your energy on, you will attract. So I hope that's been useful to you. I hope that this resonates with you, and let me know if it does. I love, as always, to get the comments. So if you feel like you're getting value from these topics, from me coming live with you, from me continuing to share with you every single week, then I would really love to hear from you. Even if it's just a simple note in the comments, just saying, this totally fits for me, or this is something I'm, striving to work through, or this is something that I choose to shift my beliefs around, because it is something that, supporting you is something that I feel really passionate about. So I am going to sit and enjoy my cherries as my evening snack, and count down the minutes to my train arriving, but also, just as a side note, please encourage each other as much as possible. And if you are scared to ask a question, or there's something you're needing support with right now, don't be scared to share it in this space, because we are all here together sharing the journey, and I want you to see and enjoy the fact that you have this space to be supported, and to know that you're supported, and know that there are other like-minded business owners that are running a beautiful business in hair and makeup, or both, that is experiencing exactly what you're experiencing. And creating this collective space is a rarity, I think. So I want it to be enjoyed and celebrated as much as possible. So enjoy your evening wherever you are, gorgeous. I hope this has been of value to you, and I will connect with you again very soon from Paris. Good night.